Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about SeaWorld, and I want to state this up front. What we're talking about is not meant in any way, shape, or form to knock the awesome moms that were with us today. It's simply done from a father-son bonding thing. Trust me, there's absolutely no way that this day would have gone anywhere nearly as smooth as it did without Jess, Destiny, and of course the bestest mom in the whole wide world, my beloved Tony. But wow, what a roller coaster of a day. There's pun intended there. You see, what started off as a family fun trip to a theme park turned out as a lesson to this old guy that I'd like to pass along if you have a second. A couple of decades ago, we taken our one of our young cousins to SeaWorld. And we had such a great time there that we decided that when Dylan joined our forever family, that was going to be his first theme park experience. And he loved it so much that that was the only theme park that we took him to for the next few years. And he had such a great time that he actually ended up going to a SeaWorld summer camp there. So you can imagine just how much fun he had. Now, he got older and experienced more theme parks, and things move along over the years. But fast forward a couple decades now, Tommy, that cousin that we took to the theme park, 23 years ago, contacts us and says that he wants to have his son experience SeaWorld the same way he did. Comes down to Florida, and now we load up the family truckster and head down to SeaWorld. And now it's time for the SSA, and an absolutely proud father, grandfather, and mentor moment comes into play here. Spending time watching these two young fathers share memories and experiences with their sons that they had at the same theme park that was their first theme park experience. Well, that's what we as teachers and mentors and parents and role models can only hope and pray that we see, pun intended, the next generation as they begin to take the wheel and move forward in life. You see, SeaWorld looks a whole lot different than it did a couple decades ago, but there's also a familiarity there too. It's really like the warm hug. In embracing the old and the new, that's really kind of what parenting is like. There's a lot of good, and there's still a lot of good and bad in the new. There's a lot of new parenting stuff out there that we've learned about. Heck, who knew all this stuff had microplastics in it? But there's also a lot of things out there that, the old stuff is good too. Like what's in Popeye's sausage gravy, or, how bacon tastes just perfect if it's crunchy but not too crunchy. And my grandfather, my papa, told me that his number one goal in life was to make sure that his kids were better parents than he was. And if he could do that, then he'd be happy. And that his goal was to make sure that my mom was a better parent than he was. And that if my mom said that her goal was to make me a better parent than she was, then he'd die happy. So you see kind of where I'm going from. You see where I'm coming from here. If we constantly try to teach our kids to be better than what we are, then won't that make SeaWorld and the entire world a better place? Okay, that's enough with the dad jokes. Oh, did that take it too far? Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by AskAPop today. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. God bless you. Today's Bible readings are Psalm 78, verses 5 through 8, and Ephesians 6, 1 through 4. And as far as the questions go, do you have any special places that you went to a child that you'd like to take your kids to? There's plenty that I had, and I've been blessed enough to take Dylan to them over the years. Some of them he's really liked, and he's already expressed an interest to take a little bit too. Some of them, I guess, he hasn't mentioned too much. I guess those are the ones that are off the list. What have made them so special for you? Was it the place or the time or the time spent with family? I remember one thing that I will share is we ended up getting a camper, and it had nothing to do with the camper. It had to do with the summers that we spent on rainy days, because the time we spent in the camper talking to each other because it was raining outside, and in our pop-up tent back in the 70s, that was some of my favorite memories. And listening to the Indy 500 on the radio, because way back then there was no internet, and that was the only way. If you wanted to listen to the radio, if you wanted to listen to the race, you could listen to the race, because where we were camping there wasn't any TV. Anyway, that's one of my special memories that I have with my dad and my grandfather that I wanted to share along with you. Anyway, have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I'll see you next time on AskAPop. Thanks for listening in to AskAPop today. Be sure to like and subscribe if you found this useful and helpful. If you have any feedback, please feel free to give it. You can reach us at AskAPop.com, or feel free to leave something in the comments. God bless you.